And we welcome you into Chandler Gilbert. Today it's the Coyotes in the rubber match game against the Mesa Community College Thunderbirds. These two conference rivals going head-to-head in the Arizona Community College Athletic Conference. The standings oh so tight. Chandler Gilbert 16-13 league record. Mesa 17-14 on the season. Mesa 3-0 against Chandler Gilbert, including yesterday's 3-2 win back on February 16th. Mesa won at Mesa 7-3, and Chandler Gilbert lost at home on the 17th on a back-to-back 6-5. So now it's Chandler Gilbert looking to save face in this rubber game match and look for its first victory over the Thunderbirds this season. Of course, both teams playing for that top seed in Region 1, and we know how important home turf advantage is for the postseason. On the mound today for Chandler Gilbert is the hard-throwing right-hander Jay Spanky, 0-1, ERA 4.19. Behind the dish, Jake Rubleski. At first base, Easton Bryant. Second base, Zane Coggins. Brian Kenny at short, Ethan Hatch at third, Amir McGee in left, Ben Hashisaki in center field, and Ryder Hancock in right. And leading off for Mesa, Jace Vaughn, followed by Jaden Israel and Sam McClear. And this one is about to get underway. Bounce to the short. Good hop for Kenny. And the flip over, and we got one quick out. And Jay Spanky off to a good start here in the top of the first. Checking in now is Jaden Israel, left-handed batter. Once again, these two squads met yesterday in a tight one at Mesa Community College, with Mesa coming out on top 3-2. Inside slider, and that dots the inside part of the plate. Israel hitting .317. 4 doubles and 11 RBIs. Becky comes right back outside and evens the count at 1 apiece. So glad you can join us right here on the Chandler Gilbert Sports Network. I'm Joe Pequeno, Paulo Hutchison, along with Thunder Dan on the live stream. Beautiful day from Chandler Gilbert. And that slider, a beauty. And Israel swings right through it, goes to 1-2. This Mesa Community College team, batting average .290 on base percentage, .402 slugging, .379 with 11 home runs. 1-2 pitch. And that one right down the plate. And Banky records his first strikeout. And stepping in is Sam McClear. Young man who's got long ball power. Hitting .289, 5 home runs, 23 RBIs. And takes a first pitch strike. Wind is blowing out at Chandler Gilbert, so for a ballpark that usually doesn't provide a lot of long ball excitement, and Banky comes right back with another high slider, goes to 0-2. Someone might be able to get one in the upper atmosphere and lift one out. We'd like to welcome the Hancock family straight from across the border. Mom, Dad, and Sis in town as well. And that bender misses inside. Banky looking sharp early. These two teams meeting for a 4th time. Banky getting the sign from Rubleski. 1-2 pitch. Bender, and McClear just gets a piece of it. And about to join us on the broadcast is the pride of Castile High, working his way up with his gallon of agua fria, and that is the one and only Adam Perry. Benke, 1-2 pitch, 2 outs. And this one on a good diving attempt by the second baseman gets through, and McClear with a 2-strike single to extend the first. Stepping in the shortstop, Josh DeGroot, hitting .293. No home runs, 23 RBIs. And Zane Coggins went all out, just came up empty on the little flare to center. And this one lifted to right field, coming in. And Ryder Hancock brings it in. So Jay Spanky doing his great work in the top of the first. We go to the bottom half. Coyotes ready to swing the sticks against Troy Benko. So the Coyotes getting ready to swing the sticks against right-hander Troy Benko. Record of 2-4, ERA 5.24, 11 and 2/3 innings of work, 14 strikeouts, 6 walks. Behind him, catcher Augustine Fernandez. At first base, Michael Williamson. At second, Jaden Israel. Shortstop, Josh DeGroot. Third base, Jace Vaughn. Brett Howes on left, Jake Verlack in center, and Sam McLaren right. Leading off for the Coyotes, the Fighting Canadian, and that is Ben Hashizaki, followed by Ryder Hancock and Jake Rubleski. And then in the fourth hole, Big Easton Bryant. Benko, first pitch. Comes with a fastball, misses outside for ball one. Great day for a ball game, and just on the softball field, about 100 yards away, it's the women taking on Glendale. Fastball, and that one is dotted, evens the count at 1 apiece. Adam Perry has joined us on the broadcast, and Doc, Coyotes and Mesa chasing each other in the conference standings.
Yeah.
Chandler Gilbert has yet to beat Mesa this year. How big is this one?
This is a huge game for the Coyotes for a lot more reasons than just that. And the 1-2 misses inside, brushes Hosh off. But, you know, last night, if you guys were locked on the game changer the same way I was, waiting for the outcome of that game, you saw that, unfortunately, the Yotes had bases loaded in the bottom of the last inning and could not convert. And it's just tough as this one is laced up the middle. Shortstop makes a nice play on it. The throw over to first is not in time. Hashizaki beats it out. So how about the speed threat from Hashizaki, showing off his premier tool right there, and he reaches first base safely. So the Yotes are off on the right foot. But last night, such a close game. Exactly what we expected. Scrappy till the very end. And it was the Mesa Thunderbirds to come out on top.
So a great effort by Hashizaki getting down the first base line. Now it's Ryder Hancock checking in. Ryder hitting .294. 23 RBIs, and Benko with the throw over. Hashizaki, needs to say, a steal threat every time he's on. Leads the Arizona Community College Athletic Association with 80, call it 37 steals.
Okay. I was going to say 80. Oh, my goodness, Hosh.
Yeah. And Hosh works his way back. And right behind him is Big Easton Bryant, who has got 29 steals, second in the league. And we'll talk about Easton if he should get up here in the fourth. In that fourth hole for the Coyotes. First pitch. Hosh is going, little hit and run. This one popped up. Hosh got to hurry back, and opportunity for Mesa, and it gets away. Now Hosh is going to go 90 feet the other way. So Hosh might need a little breather after that. Got caught in the hit and run, pop up to the shortstop, and the shortstop with a bad throw over. So Hosh will go to second base.
Hosh could run back and forth all day long. I'll tell you what, the kid has got endless cardio, and he gets a little breather there on second.
Stepping in, Jake Rubleski, and we could be seeing the freshman of the year in the conference.
Yeah.
408, third in the league, tied with Easton Bryant in the top 10 with 6 homers. And Doc, you've been around the program a while now. For a freshman to have this kind of numbers, what does it say about the poise for someone to step right out of high school and deliver those kind of numbers?
I mean, it's just sensational. And this kid, you know, all through the fall, he just kept his head down and kept on working. And, you know, come season time, he just exploded onto the team, and he just did not look back. There was a time where he might have slowed down from his flash historic run, but he's picked it back up, and he's back on that high road right now.
He's got a 1-1 count. Bounces one high to third base. Big hop and the throw over. And a good play by Jace Vaughn. And once again, this field is playing fast because of the lack of rain. So you're going to see a lot of balls pounded into the ground and opportunities for base runners to beat them out. Now we talk about Easton Bryant. And Easton Bryant has just been a physical force for this team. First in the conference with a .424 batting average. Third in RBIs with 41. Fifth in homers with 6, and second in stolen bases with 29. And Doc, so much to love about Easton Bryant in his second year with the team. And basically, as he fouls that first pitch off, for him, it's been more, not so much a physical makeover, it's been the mental approach to the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the kid has always been a specimen out of high school. He looked like a 30-year-old man. And, you know, for him, it was just piecing it together at the plate, you know, how to not hold on to things from previous at-bats and previous pitches. And he's fully erased his mind as he skies this one to shallow center field. Shortstop is tracking back and over, and he drops it. And that's definitely not a play for the shortstop to make. The left fielder should have been all over that. But they leave it to the shortstop, and it ends up dropping for a base knock, a double there for Easton Bryant. And depending how they scored, of course.
Well, no question, Doc. You called it. That is Brett Housel's ball. And the center fielder lost it in the sun. So you could see he had his hands up like, I need help. But the left fielder, who's got the better angle, should have taken that ball. And needs to say, it's a double. And got to like Easton Bryant took advantage of the base running and took the extra bag. So now one runs in, and Bryant's at second base. He delivers, and now checking in is Tate Lewis. And Tate also having some good power numbers. 8 home runs, 34 RBIs, hitting .262. And of course, Coach John Watson would love to see Tate Lewis and Dante Turgeon start getting on a roll, and that could really elevate this team in the fourth part of this season. That one misses upstairs, goes to 2-0. Coyotes looking for their first victory over Mesa this year. A lot of tight ball games, and this is a Mesa team, Doc. They don't have a top 20 batter. They don't have anyone in the top 20 in RBIs, but they just play sound, fundamental baseball, and they've got the best reliever in the conference in Christian Woodward. 9 saves, 3-0, and ERA of 1.47. So they like to grind it out and keep it close and get to the pen. And this one smoked to left center, and this one's going to drop. Tantalizing. Tate comes through, and Easton Bryant comes aboard, and Tate delivers, and it's a 2-0 Coyotes lead. And how about the 4-5 hole, Doc, coming up big on a Super Saturday?
I mean, just awesome. Exactly what you would expect from these Coyotes, and they're showing up so far today, and these boys know what's on the line here.
Stepping in, Amir McGee. We saw Amir, and now we have a coach coming out to talk to Troy Benko. We'll take a short time out here. Coyotes making noise, already up 2-0 in the first. So Amir McGee checking in, and Amir swinging the bat better, hitting 280, 1 home run, 4 RBIs. The Fighting Phil looking to provide a 2-out base knock and takes a slider for strike 1. Amir with a good night the other night against the Firestorm JV squad with a couple base hits. Knocked in a run. And laces this one to right field. And right there, the right fielder is going back, drop steps, and brings it in. That's Sam McClure. And that is the 3rd out. But the Coyotes look good. Easton Bryan and Tate Lewis deliver 2-0 as we go to the 2nd.
Yeah, I'm on that Brooklyn. Now I'm down in Tribeca, right next to the Narrows. But I'll be hood forever. I'm the new Sinatra. And since I made it here, I can make it anywhere. Yeah, they love me everywhere. I used to cop in Harlem. All of my Dominicanos right there up on Broadway. Pulled me back to that McDonald's. Took it to my stash spot, 560 State Street. Catch me in the kitchen like a Simmons whipping pastry. Cruising down A Street, off-white Lexus. Driving so slow, but BK is from Texas. Me, I'm out that Bed-Stuy, home of that boy Biggie. Now I live on Billboard, and I brought my boys with me. Say what up to Tata, still sipping my top. Sitting courtside, Knicks and Nets give me high five. I be spiked out, I could trip a referee. Tell by my attitude that I most definitely from. Hey.
We go to the top of the 2nd. Jay Spanky will face Mason Shea, the DH, Jake Verlack, the center fielder, and Brett Housel, the right fielder. Shea checks in, part of this Mesa team that will grind and find a way. Hitting .341, 15 RBIs, on base percentage of .509. So here's a man that knows how to work pitchers and is scrappy and finds a way. Takes one upstairs for ball 1. Coyotes playing straight away. Ideal conditions. Couldn't ask for better weather. Banky locked in on Rubleski. This one ripped down the 3rd base line. 1-1. For Chandler Gilbert this week, they stay busy. They're at Gateway on Tuesday. They'll host Gateway Wednesday at 6, followed by a Friday trip to Scottsdale, and then host the Artichoke Saturday night at 7 p.m. So we're getting to that nighttime ball game kind of action, Doc, and anytime you play underneath the lights, a little bit more electricity in the air.
Absolutely, and I think there's nothing more fitting for this final, stretch of conference matchups, and I know these boys are going to compete hard every match, no matter where they are. These Yotes just want to win. 3-1 as that one misses inside.
Verlack on deck, so Banky's got to try to battle back in the count. And Doc, you've had your opportunities to see Jay Spanky, not just this year, as that one misses outside and Shea works his way on. Give us kind of a Banky breakdown, and when things are going good, what's working for him?
Yeah, I mean, he's an in-to-out pitcher. He works that fastball inside, and he loves to go slider away, but, those are also variable. He could switch those up in and out, but typically you only see those 2 pitches from him, and his fastball has some great arm side run to it, makes it very hard for hitters to stay on. Often he saws them off, creates a lot of ground balls and weak pop-ups. And, I mean, that slider is just wicked hit, swing and miss stuff. So the heater right there just misses inside. We see some of the arm side run, and we go to 1-0.
Jake Verlack checks in, hitting .300, on base percentage, .588. So once again, here's another young man who knows how to work a count, find his ways on, and fouls that one off to the right side. 1-1. And Doc, you've seen enough of Mesa, and we've kind of broken it down. What really stands out when you face a Thunderbirds team, and what can you expect?
It's just the peskiness at the dish, man. Peskiness everywhere, as a matter of fact. In the infield, they're not going to give you any mistakes like that right there as that ball creeps into the Thunderbird bullpen. Mesa picks up a bag, and now another. Trying for third, and he's in. So the mistake is pretty costly. Moves him over from first to third, and now a runner is just 90 feet away from Mesa's first run of the game. And as I was talking about with Mesa, I mean, really just pesky at the plate. They're going to foul off. They're going to get you into a lot of deep counts, work your pitchers, and try to get to the bullpen. And it's been working so far for them this season.
Jay Spanky now has put himself in a precarious situation with the throwing error over to first base. Now Verlack. Got to wonder if Mesa will small ball and try to get this one in. Bouncer, and that is going to deliver a run. Verlack does his job, and a good quality AB as they just get him at first base, but that is what you call perfect execution, maximizing the plate appearance, putting the ball in play. And Doc, that's one of the most important things for young athletes out there playing this game. Just get the ball in play. Good things happen when you make contact.
Absolutely, 100%. And right there, we got to see the after effect of the error at first base. That would have been a double play ball had the throw not gotten away. And it results in a run. So now just a one-run lead for Chandler Gilbert. Mesa's clawing their way back into this one.
Brett Housel checking in, 278, 1 home run, 17 RBIs. And that misses upstairs, goes to 2-0. So this is a moment, if you're Jay Spanky, Doc, this is an opportunity for him where he's got to kind of seize things in emotionally after throwing one away and not let it get the best of him. Just continue on.
Absolutely. Short-term memory is key, and he gets right back to it. We go to 2-1 after the swing and miss.
So Banky looking to sit down Housel with Michael Williamson, the first baseman, on deck. 2-1 pitch. And Doc, we talked about Super Saturday. Not a lot of youngsters here. You know,
No.
A lot of the fan base from Chandler Gilbert, of course. Mesa making that short drive over from Mesa as well. Everyone in the Arizona Community College Athletic Association always travels well to support their fine young athletes. Easton Bryant with a great effort out there, and Easton playing with a purpose. And, you know, that's something right there that really, when you see something like that, Doc, and you're in the dugout and you see your first baseman going Mach 12, chasing that, what does that do for the dugout when you see that kind of effort?
You know, it's just energy. It's energy. It's a tone setter, and it says, you know, for the rest of the team, hey, if this guy's going to step up, I might as well step up too. So now a full count. 1 out, the payoff pitch is just low. It'll be a base on balls, and just like that, Banky has another man on first.
Another quality at-bat by this Thunderbirds team. Michael Williamson checking in, 264, 1 home run, 17 RBIs. Mesa team, as we have talked about, it's well documented, very disciplined. Now John Watson is going to come out, and maybe this is a good time because right now he's seen the right-hander giving Mesa some opportunities. And it looks like we are going to have a pitching change. So Jay Spanky goes 1 1/3, and we'll take a short timeout. We'll reset this one. Coyotes with a 2-1 lead here in the top of the second. So John Watson makes the move. Jay Spanky gone after 1 1/3, giving up 1 run. Now he turns to right-hander Aiden Shoemaker. And Doc, Aiden Shoemaker went through the HGTV makeover in the offseason with the release, and he's 3-2 on the season. What does he bring to the bump?
Well, let's talk about the adaptability of this young man right here. To switch from an orthodox over-the-top arm slot to submarine in a matter of, a month is kind of ridiculous from Shuey. And, that plays a lot into who he is as a person and an athlete. He's always making adjustments on the mound. He's never, getting caught too far behind in counts. He always attacks the zone. As this one is grounded hard through the left side. That's a base knock through the 5-6 hole. And some station to station for Mesa right now. Now runners on first and second. But for Shuey, he knows this is water under the bridge. And he's going to get back on the mound and get back to work.
So Williamson with the single through the left side. Now it's Augustin Fernandez, the catcher, coming in, hitting .217, 12 RBIs. And over the softball field right now, the Chandler Gilbert Coyotes trailing Glendale 2-0 early. Shoemaker looking the runner back at second. First pitch, that misses inside. So a lot of activity on campus. Both Diamond squads hard at work trying to make their playoff pushes. Coyotes on the diamond looking for that top seed and trying to hold off Mesa. Fernandez swings right through that, evens the count at 1 apiece. And this is the part of the season where the adrenaline really starts kicking in, Doc. You're in the heart of conference play pretty much the rest of the way. And how about that bender? That's just wicked.
Wow.
That's slinging Sam Roberts Frisbee style.
Yeah.
Throwing it across the campus and it bends over for a strike.
Yeah, that was just gross from Shuey. 1-2. Again, this time, no bite. A little too far off the plate, but the right idea right there from Shuey. 2-2.
So Shoemaker really trying to pepper that outside part of the plate with the slow breaker. Fernandez has got an opportunity through that right side. 2-2 pitch. And goes upstairs, and Fernandez goes down swinging. That brings up Jace Vaughn. Grounded out to short his first time up. It's longtime rivals in the Arizona Community College Athletic Conference. A lot of local bragging rights. A lot of these kids have played each other in the high school circuit. So it's not just about seeing each other in the course of the season. A lot of these young men see each other in off season. Friendships throughout the course of time on the club circuits, and Vaughn starts with a big bender for strike one. And Shoemaker comes right back. And needs to say, it's early in his Saturday appearance, but he's bringing the filth early. 0-2 count. Runners at second and first. Halsell at second, Williamson at first. 0-2 pitch. Goes right back to the bread and butter of that time. Vaughn lays off. Goes to 1-2. Jaden Israel on deck. Shoemaker looking the runner back at second. This one sky to the right side. Easton Bryant has got room, and the big fella brings it in. Good work by Shuey. Gets out of the frame. Mesa picks up one. We go to the bottom half. 2-1 Coyotes. Bottom of the second, BK, Brian Kenny checking in against Troy Benko. Takes one on the outside for strike one. Kenny, Ethan Hatch, and Zane Coggins. Coyotes put 2 across in the first. Now going to work here in the second. Benko comes right back with the gas right down the plate. Quickly goes to 0-2. Kenny stepping in, hitting .302. 10 RBIs. Smokes one in the left center field gap. This one way back, and Brian Kenny has left the building.
Wow.
BK stepping up on home turf, providing a blast to left center, and it's at 3-1 Coyotes lead. And Doc, talk about tattooing one.
Wow.
And talk about the energy as he heads to the dugout, gets the big high five. And talk about a way to start the second inning.
I mean, that's just tremendous right there from BK. Behind in the count, doesn't matter. The kid steps up and makes a big impact play, and that's exactly what the Coyotes are looking for, especially from freshmen. Someone to jump out, stand out, and BK makes his mark felt here in the second inning.
Stepping in, veteran Ethan Hatch, trying to find his way, struggling. Getting the start at third base. 10 RBIs on the season. And Benko coming back with a bender, quickly goes to 1-1. Coyotes getting big contact from Easton Bryant. The wind is blowing out today, so Mother Nature being a little wicked, waving that wand, so anything in the jet stream will not be an easy affair for the outfielders. And Mesa playing deep, left, center, and right. Bender on the inside part of the dish. Hatch fights it off to stay alive. Brian Kenny starting this frame off in a big way. And Hatch continues to fight at the dish. That went off the plate. And that is Brian Kenny's first collegiate home run right there, Doc. And talking about a special moment for the freshman.
Yeah.
And Hatch having a quality AB, laying off some tough pitches as Benko is trying to work that corner. And Hatch showing some poise, laying off. Goes to 3-2. This one scorched down the third base line into the Coyotes bullpen.
And there's a man warming up down there by the name of Daniel Hutch. We'll get a good glimpse of him in a moment. But for the time being, Ethan Hatch works himself a base on ball. It's beautifully done. Now the Yotes keep it going. Man on first. And Zane Coggins steps up to take a crack at it.
Freshman hitting .262. 7 RBIs. 1 triple, couple doubles. You know, he'd love to leave the yard as well.
Absolutely.
Great at bat by Hatch. Coggins showed bunt, pulls back, takes a strike. We'll go back to the top of the order with Ben Hashisaki on deck. Got to thank Paulo Hutchison for providing the breakfast burritos, and I ordered the burrito Mas Grande Bueno, and it worked out very well for me.
Yeah. He takes good care of us up here, man.
Yeah, I mean, Paulo's all about food service.
Yes.
I'm not sure if he's working Uber Eats or anything like that, but he does a tremendous job of providing the game day vittles. And once again, Adam Perry and Joe Pequeno, we're simple guys.
Simple.
We're
Simple.
kind of like got that caveman approach. Seafood, eat food. We won't complain. That misses outside. Goes to 1-2. Zane Coggins, a freshman and having a solid first season, hitting .262 and showing his worth, and he'll get more opportunities next year. And Benko goes upstairs, and Coggins goes down swinging for the first out. Hashisaki checking in. Infield single his first time up, and would later score on the Easton Bryant Sun-made double. Hash always a threat to lay one down. Third baseman taking a couple steps in, a step off, now on the infield grass, and Hash does just that, and that one is
Are
a
you kidding
beauty.
me?
And just rolls foul. And give the third baseman, Jace Vaughn, a lot of credit. He didn't pull the trigger.
Wow. What an unlucky roll for the Yotes. It hit the dirt and just started tailing to the left. On the grass, it was straight shot up the line, and nothing you can do about that if you're the Coyotes. Just unlucky.
It looked like it was going to be textbook, and once it hit the clay, and might have hit that small little pebble that rolled it to the left, and John Watson's going to plead his case, thinking that it might have rolled over the corner of the bag. And now the field umpire will come over and they'll have a further discussion. But when you have that kind of speed, Doc, and you've got the ability to lay it down, and you're seeing infielders not respecting that part of your game, it allows you the ability just to drop one down at any given point. Long discussion going on with Waddy trying to plead his case. Checking in on the...
And yes, fair ball. So it does clip the corner of the bag, and now Mesa has something to say about it. And a good protest from Coach John Watson. Beautifully done.
So now Mesa is going to have the opportunity to give their thoughts. Tony Sorelli, the longtime head coach of Mesa, in his 30th year as the skipper of Mesa Community College. He played at Mesa under Jim Fry. Under his tutelage, the team has made 23 playoff appearances. First place 10 times. They hosted a Region 1 playoff 12 times. Nationally ranked 20 consecutive years from 2002 to 2021. So Sorelli does not win that argument. John Watson, it is a voting year, and John Watson gets my vote for
Me too.
local politician. If he's running for mayor of Chandler, he's got my vote. Good work by Waddy to get the call as Ryder Hancock takes slow for ball one. Ryder popped up to short, and Hashisaki looked like he was going to get caught in a double play, but ball got thrown away by the shortstop, and Hash raced to third and will later score. 1-1 count. Benko dialing in on Fernandez. This one shot through the right side, and
wow,
what a great diving stop. Tremendous play by Jaden Israel.
He's off the bag. So safe at first for Ryder, but tremendous play, as you mentioned, from Jaden Israel. Didn't mean to cut you off there, Joe, but they're not going to award him the out. And that was an ESPN type of play from Jaden Israel over at second base.
Israel flat out just made a spectacular play, but the first baseman, Michael Williamson, lost his footing over there.
Yeah.
Just did not find the bag, did not know where he was, and That could be costly. Checking in is Jake Wrubleski. Grounded out to third his first time up. Could be looking at the freshman of the year in the conference. Started today hitting .408. Tied with the team lead with Easton Bryant with 6 homers. And Benko fires that slider. Evens the count at 1 apiece. So in a situation like that, Doc, if you're the official scorer, you got to give Hancock an infield single.
Yeah.
But honestly, the error is on the first baseman for not being there.
Yes. 1-2. Rubo swings right through the heater at the bottom of the zone.
Looked like he was looking for a slider.
Yep.
And maybe a little confused on the pitch, so it goes to 1-2. Bases stacked. Easton Bryant on deck. Coyotes with a chance to open this one early. Bender and Wrubleski showing some patience. Takes it to 2-2.
An important at bat here. This is not a position we're used to seeing Mesa in. They kind of seem flustered on the back foot right now. Some calls not going their way, and it'll be interesting to see how they respond. Huge at bat right now. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Rubo chases the high and away fastball. Benko gets a K and gets the Thunderbirds back on track with 2 outs. Bases are still loaded, and who other than big, bad Easton Bryant to take the plate?
Bryant, country strong. Got a Sun-made RBI double in the first. Coming into this one, leading the league in average, .424, third in RBIs, 41. Now make that 42. Fifth in home runs with 6. Second in stolen bases with 29. Talk about balling out in your sophomore year. As Doc alluded to, he did a mental mind makeover and just has really controlled his emotions, and it's led to a game that's just exploded in so many different ways. 1-0 pitch. And how about that? Benko comes in tough inside, and Bryant, and this is how locked in he is, Doc. You can see he's looking for a pitch in his zip code, something he can handle, and now he's in the driver's seat. He's got a 2-0. Bases stacked. And Benko, how about that? Benko takes a little off.
Yep.
Goes to 2-1.
A nice swing for Bryant, though, and that's one of the things I like about Bryant most is he adapts to the game scenario. He knows how high pressure of a moment this is, and he's staying even more composed and locked in. For Bryant, he is just made for moments like this. The 2-1. Catches the bottom of the zone.
So now it goes to 2-2. Benko battling back. We'll tell you one thing, Easton Bryant will not get cheated on this pitch. And this one is scorched to right center. Easton Bryant will clear him. The big fella turning to second and on his way to third. Easton Bryant stepping up in a big way on home turf. Does it yet again, clears the bases. And the Coyotes now up 6-1.
I mean, how satisfying for Easton Bryant and the Coyotes right there. We talk about the big moment. We talked about him stepping up, and I mean, he is made for stuff like that right there. Just consistently always shows up in the biggest situations, and for the Yotes, you know, sometimes earlier in the season they had a lot of situations, bases loaded, where they couldn't capitalize, and they left them all stranded. But, you know, for Easton Bryant to come through with that is so satisfying.
Does it on a 2-2 pitch. Found a pitch he could handle in the zone and just tattooed it to right center. Now St. Louis RBI single his first time up. That misses upstairs. So a good quality AB by Easton Bryant, just continuing to deliver on what could be a league MVP season in his sophomore campaign. 1-0 pitch. This one skied straight back. Opportunity for us and just to the right. Doc, if I would have gone off the metal seating
we
here,
could have had a chance at that.
There might have been a chance there.
You know, I just wasn't expecting it either, Joe. I think that's, you know, I'll take some blame for that as well. They caught us off guard. But a quick chat on the mound. And it's a stern one. We'll be right back while the Thunderbirds sort things out.
So what a frame here. Brian Kenny with the solo home run, the 3-run triple by Easton Bryant. And this one sky to right center. Center fielder is there, he calls it off, and Jake Verlack makes the final out, but the Coyotes, a good one. A 4-run second inning combination of a Kenny solo shot and a Easton Bryant 3-run triple. We'll go to the third, Coyotes up 6-1. Pitching chain for the Coyotes. Right-hander Daniel Hutchison in. Record of 5-0. ERA 4.84. 29 strikeouts and 48 1/3 innings of work. With 12 walks. Stepping in, Jaden Israel struck out his first time up, followed by Sam McClure and Josh DeGroot. Coyotes with a 6-1 lead. We've seen Benke, we've seen Aiden Shoemaker, and now it's Hutch. And Doc, for a sophomore season, record of 5-0, and Hutch has given this team a lot of good innings and a lot of good opportunities to win games.
Yeah, I mean, Hutch has really stepped up into that starting role for the Yotes. One of the few to really be a solid person in the rotation, and I mean, Hutch is just everything you would want out of a starter. He's tall, he's got a great throw, it's easy, he can repeat it a million times, and you know, it's not too high intensity, so you don't have to worry about him throwing 100 pitches and getting hurt. The kid is just free and easy with his throw, so no swing and miss on the call. We go to 2-2 as that pitch is in the dirt, but for Hutch, it's been a tremendous season, as you mentioned, and I'm excited to see what's next for him.
Israel struck out his first time up. Got a 2-2 count. Hutch worked hard in the offseason. He went across the border, played over in Canada, get some work in last summer. Trying to elevate his game and get that opportunity to play D1 ball somewhere. 3-2 pitch to Jaden Israel. And Israel with a patient at bat. And something that you don't see in a box score, but we might have saw this in the last inning, and that came from head coach Tony Sorelli when he walked out and had a stern conversation with his right-hander Troy Benko. And it wasn't for the faint of heart. You can tell that Sorelli came out there with a purpose, and maybe that sent a message to the rest of his squad as well.
Yeah.
Trailing 6-1. And this one bounced to short, and that is off the glove of Brian Kenny, and Thunderbirds making some noise here in the top of the third.
Yeah, you talk about Tony Sorelli and his stern conversation, and listen, you don't hang around a spot for 30 years if you're not good at your job. Clearly, he knows what to say to these boys to kick them into gear, and he's a wonderful, fantastic coach with a very storied career. And, you know, sometimes you got to be stern with your players. So good to see him setting the tone for his team.
So McClare gets on the error by Brian Kenny. That brings up Josh DeGroot. Popped to right his first time up. So this is what Mesa does. There's really no quit in their vocabulary. They'll just hang around, find a way, get a run. Perfect bunt. Hutch has got to move fast, and that's going to bang play, and a perfect textbook bunt by DeGroot, and they're loaded. Beats it out. Now stepping in is Mason Shea. Walked his first time up. So you would not expect anything different between the two top teams in Region 1. Chandler Gilbert, a record of 16-13. Mesa, 17-14. The fourth meeting between these two teams this year. Shea at the dish. They're loaded. First pitch strike from Hutchinson. Israel at third. McLear at second, and DeGroot at first. Oh, 1 pitch. Coyotes will concede the run for an out. This one, flare to right field, and that's going to drop. And Shea comes through with an RBI single that just gets over the head of Easton Bryan at first base.
Sometimes that's all it takes, timely hitting, well-placed hitting. You don't got to square it up every time to get a job done. So still bases loaded. But now one run across here in the top of the third inning for the Thunderbirds, and they are making their way back into this one.
Jake Verlack stepping in. Center fielder bounced to short his first time up. And that one was tough off the handle. Hutch made a great pitch, and Shea just muscled it over first base. This one, sky to right. Ryder Hancock makes the grab. He's gunning. Hits the cutoff, and the runner at second will go to third, and another run comes in. So good fundamental baseball by the Thunderbirds. They've tacked on too with runners at the corners. Brett Housel checking in. He walked his first time up. Fastball misses inside, and this is a Mesa team that likes to work the base path. 96 stolen bases, so You got to wonder if Shea will try to go to second base. 1-0 count from Hutch. And this one lifted down the third base line. Ethan Hatch on his giddy up and could not make the catch. Great effort by Hatch. Try to do the over the shoulder.
And he's made that catch, I think, twice so far this season. So, you know, nothing out of the ordinary for him, but can't quite haul that one in.
So you get the sense when these two teams get together, Doc, that no lead is safe, and the team that just plays a little more sound, gets a little bit more pitching, is the one that walks away with the W. 1-1 count. Housel, runners at the corners. Bender. Hutch misses. Goes to 2-1. Michael Williamson singled his first time up. He's on deck. Coyotes with a 6-3 lead. Two front runners in Region 1 going at it. And that misses off the turf. No activity in the Coyotes pen. This is Hutch's inning to work out of. Hutch looks the runner back at first base. 3-1 pitch to Housel. Now the throw over. Hutch played his high school ball on Arizona Avenue for Chandler High. 3-1 pitch. And that misses off the turf, and they're loaded. So a tough inning for Hutch, and the Coyotes continues as Michael Williamson steps in. This started with a Jaden Israel walk, an error by Brian Kenny at short. And Mesa's capitalized to put two across. And that fastball misses. 1-0, Michael Williamson. Opportunity to draw Mesa closer. Stepped in this one, hitting .264. Fouls that one off. 1-1 count. And Doc, this is a situation right here. Coyotes defensively, they'll concede a run to grab an out.
Yeah, without a doubt. Outs have been hard to come by so far this inning, just one. And the bases are stacked again.
1-1 pitch. This one laced down the right field line. And you talked about the pesky at bats, Doc, right? And we're seeing it right here in this inning. Little flares off the handle, just muscling out, just getting enough to work it the other way. Hutch dialed in to Wróblewski. 1-2 pitch. Bender, that's an opportunity. Coyotes, can they turn two? And the flip, and they get it. Perfect.
Well
Coggins
done.
to Kenny to Bryant. They get a pair. And Hutch gets out of it. He surrenders two. We go to the bottom half. Coyotes up 6-3. So Mesa coach Tony Sorelli sent a stern warning to Troy Benko. He's out of the game and now in. Right-hander Connor Doolittle, 2-1 on the season. Starts off Amir McGee with a bender for strike one. 19 innings of work, 17 strikeouts, 10 walks. Part of this oh-so-tough Mesa pitching staff. That one's fouled off. Goes to 0-2. And Doc, with Tony Sorelli, he's not conceding defeat here. He saw some body language. He saw some things he didn't like from Benko and pulled him and makes the change to Doolittle.
Yeah, aggressive coaching, and, you know, clearly it's something that's worked for him in the past. And if you're watching on the broadcast, don't pay attention to that scoreboard on the top right. It's not 4-6. The correct score is 3-6 with the Coyotes leading, and Amir fouls this one off towards the Yodi dugout. We'll do 1-2 again. But it's been a great matchup so far, and as you mentioned, they're definitely not conceding anytime soon. And, you know, every inning they're clawing closer and closer to getting back in this game. Last inning, Hutch worked out of a great mess, but still conceded two. The 1-2 goes high. The slider can't find the mark, and Doolittle will have to go back to the drawing board.
Amir popped to right field his first time up. He'll be followed by Brian Kenny and Ethan Hatch. Amir looking and strokes one, and the second baseman was played about 10 feet off the clay and takes that away from Amir for the first out here in the third. Stepping in, Brian Kenny. Last time up, scorched his first big league, make that his first collegiate home run to left center.
Almost big league. We'll get there soon.
Home run and deep left and knocked it out and got the big high five coming in. Doolittle starts him off with a breaker for strike one. Coyotes with 2 in the first, 4 in the second. Fastball across the belt, goes to 0-2. Sorelli making the change to Doolittle after Benko surrendered 6 runs. Kenny lays off. For the Coyotes, they're looking for that first win against Mesa this season. 0-3. Each game a battle and then some. That one's low in the turf. Goes 2-2. Kenny hitting .302. Scorches this one to right center. Kenny turning the corner. Big turn, and he's having himself a day. Home run and a single. Stepping in, Ethan Hatch walked his first time up. Hatch had a quality AB against Benko. Fought off 2-strike count to draw the walk. Runners going, little hit and run, and Brian Kenny had a good jump.
Great jump.
Kenny with 3 steals on the season. And the Coyotes lead the league with 152 steals. So bottom line, if you're facing the Coyotes and you're a catcher, be prepared.
Good luck.
Be prepared. 0-1 pitch. Bender misses inside.
And I can tell you firsthand the amount of time that this team has spent on dirt ball reads, low reads from first base and second base and third base is just crazy. In practice, they have hours dedicated to just seeing where the ball goes out of the pitcher's hand. So, I mean, all of them are vetted in that regard, and there's no surprise as to why they have so many steals as a team.
It's that first initial read, Doc.
Yep.
Correct?
First read. You got to know out of the hand within the first 10 feet where the ball is going, and you got to make your decision then if you want a chance at stealing a bag.
2-1 pitch to Ethan Hatch. Now the throw back over to first base. A 6-3 Coyotes lead. A long first part of this one. Hour plus already in. Hatch. And Hatch takes a bender off the shoulder. He'll stroll to first base. Now it's Zane Coggins, struck out his first time up. And Doc, you got to wonder right here. You got runners at first and second, lower part of the order, top of the order coming up. Maybe play some small ball and just work on getting a run across.
I agree with you, Joe. Would be a great time for some small ball from the Yotes, and you know they're good for it. We'll see what Coggins does here.
And Doolittle steps off. Coggins checking in. Started the day at 262. Struck out his first time up. And got this slider in the outside corner. Try to push it up the first base line and could not make contact, so he goes to 0-1. Hosh on deck. And Doolittle, first thing of work, finds himself in a little trouble. Fastball on the corner. Now Coggins has to protect. All about contact, and he's got that right side to work with. Doolittle, 0-2 pitch. Goes right back to that corner. Misses outside. Doolittle working quickly with Augustin Fernandez. This one scorched to the right side. Coggins delivers. They're going to wave the runner at third base, and they are loaded. And Coggins, the freshman, with 2 strikes with a bingo to right. And they are locked and loaded for Ben Hashisaki, the Fighting Canadian. Singled in the first and singled in the second. And a good plate appearance by Coggins, Doc.
Great stuff right there. Did exactly what he needed to. Put the bat in the next guy's hands and kept this Yote inning alive. Still 1 out, but now bases loaded. And Ben Hashisaki has had himself a day so far.
Hosh ended the day hitting .331, 19 RBIs, couple hits. He's raised his average now. He's got an opportunity to do some damage and knock in some runs. No outs, make that 1 out. Hosh, Ryder Hancock, Jake Wróblewski, and Easton Bryant. If it should go that far. 0-1 pitch. And Hosh lifts one to center field. The runner at third. Kenny tagging up, and he'll stroll in, and Hosh does his job. Great at bat, a run comes in. And Brian Kenny has been a spark plug in this Coyotes lineup. Homered, singled, and scored 2 runs. Now it's Ryder Hancock. Oh for 2. Couple outs. Hatch at second, Coggins at first. This one scorched to center. Hatch, they're going to hold him up at third base. And now it's a bad base running situation. Coggins gets caught up and did not see the runner being held at third, and the Coyotes run themselves out of a big inning. Potentially, but they do get 1 run. We go to the top of the 4th. They lead 7-3.
open wide. I even take the bait to take you places that I love to go. Hell, I'll never know. I even took you to my hometown to meet my mama. Now I'm gonna see you every time I see that weapon sign. Wish I would've known about now. You'd be good and gone and you'd leave us in a cloud of dust. Can't you see what you're doing, girl? You know and damn near everything I love.
Top of the fourth. Daniel Hutchison going into his second inning of work. He'll face Augustin Fernandez, Jace Vaughn, and Jaden Israel. Coyotes with a 7-3 lead. 2 in the first, 4 in the second, and 1 just a short time ago in the third. Hutch, first pitch. High chopper. Kenny's there. Good hop and the flip over. 1 pitch, 1 out. Good start. Jace Vaughn checking in. Grounded to short and popped to first. So both teams have had some fundamental mistakes in this one, Doc, and it's okay in the regular season, but when you get to the postseason, those are things that both sides can't afford to have.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, today's going to come down to who can clean up first, which you never want to see, but still I want to see the Yotes come out on top, no doubt.
1-0 pitch. And Hutch, gas across the letters. And Paulo Hutchison is in the broadcast booth, and we're going to get his take to see if his son's got any interest at the next level.
Yeah. So while that is taking place, we'll talk about what's happening on the field. 2-1 count with 1 out. And Hutch sets his sight, deals, and gets a swing and miss at the top of the zone. So we got a 2-2.
So the thing about Hutch, according to Dad, is that there is some interest, but he's got to finish the season strong, kind of go with it from there. And baseball is kind of a game. You catch fire in big games and big moments, and people will take notice. And it doesn't matter where you are. When you get the opportunity to shine and you continue to shine, your moment will come, and people will take notice, and you'll get opportunities. 2-2 pitch. Misses off the plate. Goes to 3-2. Jaden Israel on deck. Longtime rivals meeting here in the East Valley. Off Cooper and Pecos. This one sky to the right side. Easton Bryant giving chase, and that one on top of the dugout. Bounces out of play, and Doc, usually we have some youngsters here. No youngsters whatsoever.
Yeah, you know, the younger crowd couldn't make it out today. They're probably all staying home playing Fortnite. So more power to you, youngins. Hopefully you're watching this broadcast.
Or they got their share of Little League games going on,
Of course, right? Little League as well, yeah. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Bottom part of the zone, and Hutch gets him swinging. Beautiful job right there. We go to 2 outs now. And Hutch is riding the roller coaster smoothly this time.
Jaden Israel checks in. Struck out, walked, and scored. Part of a 2-run third for Mesa. And Hutch goes upstairs, misses out of the zone. Softball in action, taking on Glendale Community College, just about 100 feet or so. Right to our left, and This one's skied. Deep center, Hutch.
Wow,
He
Hosh.
is the recipient of a Hashasaki great play in center field. Hosh drop stepped like a champ, found the fence and brought it in. A long out. Hutch, a perfect frame as we go to the bottom of the fourth.
Talking to Pepperdine in Santa Clara, but I wouldn't. Nothing I put on the air.
Coyotes getting another look against Connor Doolittle. It'll be Jake Wróblewski, Easton Bryant, and Tate Lewis. Wróblewski 0 for 2. And Easton Bryant on deck. Wróblewski having a great freshman season. And Doolittle trying to keep his team close. Starts off Wróblewski with a bender. Goes to 0-1. Easton Bryant getting some instructions from Mike Campbell, the hitting coach. 0-1 count. Another bender. And Wróblewski takes it. Goes to 0-2. Wróblewski looking for that first base knock on this Saturday. Fastball lays off. Good pitch, good waste pitch by Doolittle off the plate. Try to get the freshman to chase. Doolittle. Does he go back to the slider? Try to get him to chase yet again. Wróblewski.
Yeah.
And look, Doc, at this point, if you're hitting 400 like Wróblewski is, you've shown the patience to lay off something hard on the outer part of the plate with 2 strikes in the course of the season.
Yeah, he may be a freshman on all the paperwork, but this kid is vetted, a veteran at the dish, no doubt.
And this one lifted to center. Wróblewski with the 2-strike base knock. Now it's Easton Bryant, Doc, and Easton, RBI double in the first, bases clearing triple in the second. A single and a homer away from the cycle. Not that we're predicting anything, but, you know, he's got a couple of the harder versions out of the way.
I think he's probably got at least one of the hardest ones out of the way, the triple. But just awesome stuff from Bryant so far, and he's on track.
And Easton, not afraid to throw the bunt down, the big fella. Saw the third baseman playing back and giving Jace Vaughn, the third baseman, something to think about. 424 coming into this one. Third in RBIs with 41 and already has got 4 on the day here.
Just ridiculous from Easton Bryant. Just when you think he might slow down, he has another monstrous day like this, and I don't know what else to say besides the kid is having a historic season.
Try to jam him inside, and Easton lays off. Just seems more comfortable at the plate. Just seems relaxed, not forcing the game. Last year, get ahead or behind in the count, I should say. He would maybe chase something out of the zone and get into more of a pitcher's count. 2-0 count, and that is fouled off. Goes to 2-1. Tate Lewis on deck. Outfield playing deep. Easton with a big cut. Doolittle. Looked like he took a little off, Doc, on that outside corner.
Yeah, good pitch. Now Bryant's going to have to battle 2-2.
And Easton lays off. And Bryant has worked this field today. A double to left center. Bases loaded, clearing triple to right center. He's got the count at 3-2. Looking for a pitch he can handle. Doolittle throws over. And this is the fun part for Easton in a 3-2 battle. Trying to send a message to Connor Doolittle, not just for this game, but for games to come. This one scorched right side. Nice play by the second baseman and the throw over. And that was a tremendous play by Jaden Israel. A lot of ways you can handle that, Doc. You can get right in front of it, but Israel took it the right way. The drop step and the flip to second and the turn.
Yeah, I mean, Israel, we saw earlier in this game, had a tremendous diving play to stop the ball from going to right field. Couldn't convert over at first, but still a tremendous grab from him. And right there, he shows off with a double play. Listen, I've played with Jaden my whole life, played alongside him. The kid is a freak with the glove in his hands.
Checking in, Tate Lewis. RBI single in the first. So they are cleared. So Jaden Israel providing some glove-worthy highlights for Mesa here today. Doolittle tries to go inside, and Tate lays off. Evens the count at 1. Once again, let's thank Paulo Hutchison for the Mas Bueno Burrito Grande from Burrito Express. That was oh so good.
Muy delicioso.
And Doc, you've only eaten half of yours. I mean,
yeah, I mean,
is that a mortgage payment, that first couple bites?
You know, it's a big, thick burrito. I got to take my time getting through it. And, you know, it's not, you know, the tortoise won the race, not the hare. So
this is true.
Yeah.
Rabbit tried to look all cool in front of his friends, had his disco pants on. He danced, you know, and entertained the crowd. And meanwhile, the tortoise was just doing his thing, right?
Yep.
Working his way.
We'll get there. 3-1. Tate watches the pitch off the plate.
Going back to that Easton Bryant at bat, still a good quality AB by Easton. Maybe got jammed just a little bit off the handle, but just a good play by Israel to keep him off the bag.
And a base on balls for Tate. But yeah, as you mentioned, for Easton Bryant, it was a great at-bat. He battled back from behind in the count. And, you know, he put the bat on the ball. He hit it pretty hard, but not much else you can do. So with 2 outs and a runner on first, Amir McGee will step up to the plate.
Amir flew out to right field and reached on an error. So Amir looking for some 2-out magic against Connor Doolittle. Doolittle starts him off with a fastball, and they check with the field umpire. He did not go. Amir with a nice night the other night against the Arizona Christian JV team with a couple base knocks.
Yep. And look where he found himself, back in the lineup. Took advantage of his opportunity. The coaches recognize that as, you know, a player that is willing to step up, and he earned his time here. 2-0. Good at bat so far. Let's make it 3-0. Discipline from Amir.
Doolittle try to work the inner half, and Amir laid off. Coyotes saw their 4-game winning streak snapped yesterday at Mesa, 3-2. Amir takes that one inside. Now 3-1. As you mentioned, Doc, Chandler Gilbert with 8 hits yesterday, had him loaded in the final frame, just could not deliver. Amir was 1 for 1 in yesterday's game. Now it's a 3-2 count, 2 outs. Tate Lewis will be going. Shot in the gap, and maybe Tate gets the opportunity to score. 3-2 pitch. That's fouled off. And Doc, if you want deep, the outfield is conceding anything short shallow.
Yeah. With 2 outs, they're saying, hey, you could have the real estate in front of us. Don't even think about it going behind. So full count, 2 outs. Amir watches the slider.
Lays off the bender. Back-to-back walks. And here comes Brian Kenny. What a day he's had. Homer in the second, singled and scored in the third.
Yep, just making his impact felt.
And now it's our good friend, the head coach of Mesa, Tony Sorelli. And Sorelli might be going to the bullpen, and he does. We'll take a short time out. Pitching change for Mesa. Coyotes couple aboard, up 7-3 here in the bottom of the 4th. So Coach Sorelli makes the change. Right-hander Zach Quintana checking in. ERA 3.5. 3-1 on the season. 16 strikeouts, 9 walks, and 18 innings of work. And he's going to try to go to work against Brian Kenny, who has been spectacular today. Homered and singled. Takes a little off speed for strike 1. Kenny hitting 300 at this point in the season. Freshman, showing all kinds of skill. It's been solid at short as well. Oh, 1 pitch. Bender, this one bounced to third, and Vaughn makes the nice play, steps on the bag, and that's going to do it for the Coyotes. They leave a couple board. We go to the 5th. Home team up 7-3. We go to the 5th. Hutch on the mound. He'll face Sam McClear, Josh DeGroot, and Mason Shea. 3, 4, and 5. McClear has singled and reached on an error. And the tall, cool one starts him off, darting a fastball across the letters. Oh, 1 count. This one bounced to third. Ethan Hatch can't handle the backhand. Amir McGee trying to track it down, and McClear with a big turn, and they hold him to the single at first base on a great play by Amir. So it's Mesa once again trying to not go down quietly as Josh DeGroot checks in. Pop to right. Got a base hit his last time up. And Doc, you can really sense, and this one bunted straight back, you can really sense the intensity between these two teams. It's almost like if you look at the conference standings and these two, and look, anything can happen come playoff time. If you don't bring your A game, you could get bounced out by the 4th seed. But you look at it, it's Chandler Gilbert, #1 in the region at 16 and 13, Mesa 17 and 14. Then there's a drop-off. Scottsdale's 12 and 17, Glendale's 12 and 19, PV is 12 and 19. So, and this one is scorched deep left. Amir's going back, and this one is gone. Josh DeGroot clears the fence, and it's a 2-run game. A 2-run shot to left, and Mesa drawing closer in the battle of Region 1 leaders.
Yeah, that pitch, I'm just surprised he got that one out. I mean, he turned into that with every single thing he had to try and get around on it on time, and he does. So for a Hutch, clean slate now, still no outs, nobody on. But 2 runs across, got to wipe that from the memory and continue going to work.
DeGroot's first home run of the season.
Wow.
Mason Shea checking in. Walked and singled. This one lifted to right. Ryder Hancock going back and brings it in. So Doc, couple balls that have been tattooed to the outfield. One out of the yard, that one fairly deep right field. What are you seeing from Hutch in this inning?
You know, just those last 2 pitches specifically, a little bit elevated. And, you know, it's a pretty easy adjustment to make, especially when he's so tall and lanky. He should be, you know, already getting a whole lot of downward plane on his fastball, but he could go a little bit more and just worry about finding the bottom of the zone. Like right there, beautifully done. Slider catches the outside bottom corner. We go to 0-1.
Jake Verlack in, 0 for 1, sac fly, RBI, his last time up. 7-5 ball game. And once again, look, we're not saying in this telecast that all said and done, it could be 1 versus 2 when it's all said and done, because you can't take anyone for granted in this conference. But you can tell there's a certain intensity right now between these two teams on the field.
Yes.
Mesa has taken its share of punches, and they've counterpunched, and Chandler doing the same. And for Mesa, look, they've won all 3 previous matchups against Chandler Gilbert. So for the Coyotes, this one is big. This is kind of a turn the tide against your conference rival, a team that regardless if you have to play them in the playoffs at their house or here, you have to show the ability that you can beat this team and inspire some confidence for later in the season. Big cut. Verlack goes to 1-2. And Hutch trying to have that short memory on the mound. No activity in the Coyotes pen. 7-5 ball game here in the 5th. A lot more game left to play. Hutch comes with the bender. They check with the field umpire, says he did not go. Goes to 2-2. Windy day here at the ballpark. We've got a pink umbrella right to our right being held down by the fan in the upper row. 2-2 pitch. This one bounces short. Kenny takes the high hop, throws, and just gets him. And Doc, that was a gamble by Kenny on that play. Should have probably taken the in-between hop instead and cut the ball off, but he makes the nice play and throws over.
Yeah, I would have liked to see a charge out of him right there, but he knows his range much better than I do, and if he thinks he had time right there, then he knows. 2 outs. Hutch doing a great job of rebounding after the 2-run shot.
Stepping in, Brett Housel. Couple walks on the day. This one fouled off to the right side. And we do have one youngster here who's gathering up all the foul balls. Found his way, working well. No snow cone, no hot dog from the souvenir stand.
No.
I promise, once again, I win the Mega Million. That's happening on game day.
Yeah.
I'll even work the snack bar for a little bit. Just bottom of the 5th, Ethan Hatch will start it off, followed by Zane Coggins and Ben Hashizaki. Connor Doolittle still on the mound. Now takes the bump with a 7-5 lead, followed by the DeGroot 2-run homer. His first of the season. And Hatch takes one inside for ball 1. Update from the softball game as Hatch bounces one, a bad hop base hit. Good start for the Coyotes here in the bottom of the 5th. Zane Coggins checking in. Struck out and singled. Base hit to center field, and didn't see Ethan Hatch getting held up at third base and got caught off second base. Coggins tries to put one down and will take strike 1. And this Mesa outfield, and Coggins is the 9th hole hitter. They play deep, so an opportunity for Ethan Hatch to potentially go to third base on anything shallow. And Coggins takes one. Quickly goes to 0-2. Want to see Zane have a productive at bat, move the runner, put the ball in play somewhere. And give Fernandez a lot of credit on that, Doc. He really tried to sell that one and pull that one back in and frame that one good.
Yeah, close pitch, and he put a good frame on it. Doesn't get the call, but good effort.
Goes to 1-2. The freshman lays off, much to the chagrin of the groans of the Mesa crowd. You can hear the, oh, come on, Blue.
Yeah.
Where'd that miss?
And listen, in these tight conference matchups, you're just going to get more and more of that as we move towards the latter half of the season. Up and in, gets a swing from Coggins. He goes around. And he goes down with a K. So that'll bring up Ben Hashizaki. Still a man on first.
In fairness, I stand corrected. This is Zach Quintana on the mound, who replaced Connor Doolittle in the last frame.
There we go.
So here comes Hash. Couple singles and a sac fly RBI. He's been spectacular on the day. Jace Vaughn, the third baseman, playing on the infield grass. And I got to tell you, Doc, I don't know if that's good enough with Hash. He should be a little closer in.
Yeah.
Hash lays off.
(2-0).
Last year we had Ben's grandmother at the game. That one gets the outside corner. His grandma made the trek here and was so nice and friendly back in the day. 2-1 count. Good slider by Quintana. Goes to 2-2.
And listen, I hate to be someone that agrees with stereotypes. I don't want to perpetuate anything, but all the talks about Canadians being the nicest people on the planet, as Hosh is hit off the back of the leg. He'll take his bag, but I'll have to walk that one off. But anyways, stereotype about Canadians being the kindest people on the planet are all true. They're all true. They're all phenomenal, outstanding people. And it's just what a family atmosphere they bring every time they come to the field. It's awesome, truly awesome from our Canadian friends.
Our northern brothers across the border sharing the international diplomacy.
Yep.
Ryder Hancock. Scorebook has him 1 for 3. Little ground ball on the left side, and the shortstop throws it away. 1 run is in, and that was a good play by DeGroot, and the flip to second was off the mark to Jaden Israel, so a run comes in, and the Coyotes will take it. Ethan Hatch comes on in, and runners are now at second and third. So usually this Mesa team has been rock solid. And meanwhile, the doctor is jamming to outfield. Classic 80s band.
Classic.
You weren't even born then. How do you know about the outfield?
Listen, I grew up in a musically gifted household. Not challenged, but the opposite side of that spectrum. Listen, we listened to all sort of music, all different eras. My parents prepared me well for the world of pop culture.
Did your dad or mom play an instrument?
No, but my dad listened to Queen every morning. His alarm was Mama, ooh, every morning for 10 years. So everything from that era, I got a good hold of. That one misses inside, 2-0.
So one of the greatest Queen songs of all time, and this one's bounce foul down the third base line. For anyone who wants to see one of the most epic live performances ever, you got to go back to Queen and Freddie Mercury at Live Aid back in the day. And Freddie Mercury captured maybe one of the greatest live performances ever when they played Radio Gaga and had the whole crowd, 100,000 people. This one's bounced to the right side for a base knock. 1 run is in. The right fielder misplays it. Another run will score. And on his way to third base is Rubleski, and the fabulous freshman comes up big, Doc, yet again.
I mean, when will it stop for this kid? A 2 RBI double off the fielding error out there and right. And I mean, he just produces. Just put him in any situation, tell him what to do, and he'll do it. He'll run through a brick wall if you tell him. Rubo is just a performer, an executor, if you will. He gets stuff done.
Now 10-5 as Easton Bryant checks in. Double in the first, 3-run triple in the second. Bounced into a hard 4-6-3 double play in the fourth. Now Quintana feeling the wrath of this Coyotes lineup, and Quintana looked like he took a little off, something that bended away from Bryant, swung right through it. Easton will not get cheated.
No.
Came into this matchup the leading hitter in the conference. This one poked to the right side. Israel off the one hop, and Bryant does his job, moves the runner over. Stepping in, Tate Lewis, RBI single in the first. And you get the sense in a game like this, Doc, that no lead is safe, and it's almost paramount for the Coyotes to continue to tack on after Groot hit the 2-run homer his last time up.
Yeah, I mean, in any conference matchup that these Yotes face, no lead is safe, but especially against a team like Mesa. You talked about it, but I mean, every time that these teams play, I feel like it's one team has a lead, other team takes a lead, and then the other team takes it back and back and forth till the very last inning. It's always exciting, and it's must-see TV.
So Tate grounds one to short, good hop, and DeGroot will fire it. But the Coyotes They tack on a 3 spot, followed by the 2-run single by Jake Rubleski. We go to the 6. It's a 10-5 Coyotes lead. So the Coyotes answer the 2-run homer by Josh DeGroot by placing a 3 spot in the 5th, and now we go to the 6th. Daniel Hutchison still in the bump. He'll face Augustin Fernandez, Jace Vaughn, and Jaden Israel. Coyotes looking to get off the snide and get their first victory against Mesa this year. 0-3, including yesterday's 3-2 loss. One in which, as Doc mentioned, left the bases stacked in the top of the 9th.
Yep. And listen, there wouldn't be a more fitting victory for the Yotes than coming away with this one here today. It just sets them up so well to catapult down the last stretch. And, you know, you mentioned it earlier, but part of the mental side of the game would be, you know, if it comes playoff time and the Yotes haven't secured a victory over Mesa, you know, that's a huge roadblock to overcome. Is this team even beatable for us? And it's good if the Yotes just get that out of the way now, pick up a big win here today. But we've got a lot of baseball left to play. 1-1. Slider catches the outside part of the plate.
Fernandez has struck out and bounced to short. Now gets his look at Daniel Hutchison. Big, slow bender. Hutch, part of a Chandler High squad his senior year that made it to the finals and lost to Hamilton. That's one of the most heated rivalries in the state, whether it be football or baseball, basketball, regardless. Those teams just separated by a mile or two, and Fernandez goes down swinging. Good work by Hutch. Jace Vaughn checking in. He's 0 for 3. Bounced to short, popped to first, and struck out. Hutch looking for an easy frame, get his team back in the dugout. That one upstairs missing. Good, comfortable breeze here at the ballpark. We've got umbrellas, we've got shorts, we've got suntan lotion.
Yeah.
And burritos. This one bounces short. Kenny ranges to his left and the flip. Kenny nice and smooth for the second out. And Doc, we've seen Brian Kenny over short, got good range, knows what kind of throw he can make under the gun, under duress, and freshman providing some nice work for the team.
Yeah, I mean, BK is one of those guys that's just a competitor, a baller, and over at shortstop, he's a great fit for the Yotes. He gets it done all the time.
Jaden Israel, 0 for 2, struck out, walked, and popped to center. And this is what John Watson wants to see, a nice, quiet inning, get his team back in the dugout, go back to work offensively. Mesa with 7 hits compared to 11 for the Coyotes.
Ooh.
Hutch misses outside, not by much.
Good pitch.
We started with Banke, who went 1 1/3, 1 hit, 1 run, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, followed by Aiden Shoemaker, 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit, 1 strikeout. Now it's Hutch. 3 2/3 innings with a couple Ks. And that one's bounced up the middle. See ball, hit ball, and Israel does just that. Provides Mesa with a 2-out spark here in the 6th.
So we were talking about the quiet inning, and of course, Jaden Israel saying, not on my watch. Gonna have to earn this one. So 2 quick outs for Hutch, and then Israel stirs the pot. Now with 2 outs, a man on first. Mesa has a chance to make something happen.
Sam McClear. 2 for 3 on the day. He's got 5 home runs on the season. Shoots this one up the middle on the bender. Good piece of hitting. Just worked it on that outside part of the plate. Nice, easy stroke. Didn't break the wrist whatsoever and just poked it up the middle. And as Doc alluded to early in this telecast, Mesa has a PhD in peskiness.
Yes.
They find ways.
Find ways.
And last time Josh DeGroot was up, smacked his first home run of the season, a 2-run shot. That at the time made it a 7-5 ball game. And Hutch starts him off with a bender that misses. On deck is Mason Shea. Both sides really battling in this one. When it's all said and done, it could be these 2 teams playing for it all for the Region 1 title. And that's coming up in early May. Yours truly and the Doc and Thunder Dan on the call. 2-0 pitch. That misses outside. And talk about a good reset by Jake Wrubleski, going out and trying to calm his pitcher down and say, look, pitch to contact. We're good here. Up 5 runs.
Yeah, and I mean, this really just goes to show how big of an impact a little bit of peskiness can have. Started off with Jaden Israel, now another knock and a 3-0 count. This is adding hugely to Hutch's pitch count. Exactly what Mesa was hoping for. 3-0. Slider finds the zone. Beautiful. Get me over, and he gets the job done. 3-1.
So Daniel Hutchison in a battle against DeGroot. Couple hits on the day. 3-1 pitch. Comes right back, and this one's lifted to center. Hosh going back. Hosh tracks it and makes the catch just shy of the warning track. DeGroot gave it a ride, but Hutch is out of the frame, and we go to the lower half. It's a 10-5 Coyotes lead.
just went by the watch with a whole lot of diamonds to shawty my time. Took a trip out to Cali to hang with the Chris, make a play and get high off that Zaza. I say R.I.P. Kobe, it's so fly when I ball out. Where I skydive, so much chicken on.
Amir McGee stepping in. Amir walked, popped to right, also reached on an error against Zach Quintana. This one slowly bounced that right side, and good easy play for Williamson at first base. Brian Kenny checking in. Homered and singled. 2 for 3 on the day. Solid at the dish, solid with the glove work at short. Quintana. That slow, kind of methodical release. Started with Benko, who went 2 innings, giving up 6 runs on 6 hits, 3 earned. Doolittle followed, 1 2/3. 4 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, and now it's Quintana in his 2nd inning of work. He's allowed 3 runs on 1 hit, 1 strikeout. That misses off the plate. So both coaches, John Watson and Coach Sorelli, trying to get their mineral relief to eat up some frames and allow their offenses to continue to produce. Kenny with a 3-1 count. Mesa outfield, very deep. 3-1 pitch. This one knocked foul on the right side. Three-two pitch from Quintana. This one bounced slowly to third. Vaughn double clutches and makes the throw. So now it's Ethan Hatch. Walked twice and got hit by a pitch. And that's a good stat line, Doc.
Yeah.
3 plate appearances. You've just worked the
0 for 0, yeah.
On base percentage in a big way.
Exactly. Can't hurt to be a good team player.
Quintana trying to work a scoreless frame. That bender bounces off the turf. We've got families from all over. The Hancocks here from across the border. Of course, we've got other people, other fans watching from all over parts of the country. This one skied straight up. And how about the catch by Quintana? And that's a situation, Doc. You usually don't see the pitcher make that play. It's either the first baseman or the catcher calling that pitcher off, but
yeah,
see ball, grab ball. So needs to say, scoreless frame by Quintana. We go to the 7th, 10-5 Coyotes. We are going to the 7th. Hutch still on the mound. He'll face Mason Shea, Jake Verlack, and Brett Housel. And Doc, kind of break it down what you've seen from the tall, cool one so far.
You know, when Hutch is working well, everything is towards the bottom half of the zone. And sometimes he gets a little, I wouldn't say lazy, but he lets pitches seep into the upper part of the zone, and typically Mesa makes him pay for it. So, you know, in those innings, 2 runs in the 5th, 2 runs in the 3rd, you can kind of point to the high fastball for those innings right there.
And fires a laser on the block to even the count at 1-1. 4th meeting between these two teams. Mesa has won all 3 matchups, including yesterday's thriller at Mesa 3-2. This one lifted to left. Amir McGee will take a couple steps in, and Amir will track that one down for the first out. Jake Verlack checking in. Outfield playing medium depth across the way. Infield straight up the middle. Verlack 0 for 2 on the day. Hutch starts him off with a slider that misses. Goes to 1-0. We'll have an update from the softball field as the ladies in Glendale, they were in a thriller just a short time ago, 7-6 in the 4th, and checking that scoreboard, it was the Gauchos pulling away, winning the first 15-7. That second matchup will be starting here shortly. And there's a lot of fun in watching women's softball. It's great that ladies are out there battling at all times. Coach Brianne Norris, her squad, ended the day, record of 10-12 in league,
Wow.
14-14 overall. And they walk by Verlack on a very close pitch.
I don't know where that missed at all. That was pretty center cut from Hutch. But I guess just decided to award him the base on balls. 1 out, man on first, and Hutch knows just get back on the horse.
Stepping in, Brad Housel. 1 for 1. This one scorched to left. This is down the left field line. Amir trying to cut it off. Runner going to 3rd. Amir, the quick relay to Kenny, and Mesa's got something brewing. 2nd and 3rd with 1 out here in the 7th. Michael Williamson checking in. He's 1 for 3 with a walk. And it looks like we have got a pinch hitter for Mesa. It's going to be Cole Zilmer, the infielder from Seattle, Washington. Zilmer takes a strike. Zilmer on the season hitting .281. No home runs, 12 RBIs. And Mesa just wants Zilmer to put the ball in play somewhere and give his team an opportunity. So now it looks like there's a little confusion between the field and the home plate umpire. And now the home plate umpire saying it's an 0-2 count.
So yeah, he's trying to assert that forget the field umpire's call. He's going with his call. We go to 0-2.
Hutch with a chance to set Zilmer down. Tries to get him to chase, misses out of the zone. Fernandez on deck. 1-2 pitch, couple runners on. That misses in the turf. Good work by Wróblewski, keeping it from getting it away. Verlack at third, Housel at second. 2-2 count. Cole Zilmer trying to come through for the Thunderbirds. This one, shot to left. Amir is there. Amir plate to plate opportunity. And the throw is a bang, bang play, and the runner just gets in. Good hustle by Verlack, and Amir with a dart, and Verlack just got under it. So a productive at bat by Cole Zilmer, bringing in a run. The runner remains at second base. Here's Fernandez. Struck out, bounced to short, and struck out yet again. Now a 10-6 ball game. And Hutch starts Fernandez off. Something slow in the turf. Outfield playing medium depth. Coggins shaded towards second, trying to keep the runner close. Hutch fires fastball off the plate. Top of the order coming around yet again. And for Mesa, this is what they want to do, Doc. Just get the top of the order, swing the batting order around, and give themselves another opportunity potentially in the ninth. And Fernandez looking all the way. Fastball, dead center. Fernandez struggling at the dish, but no question for Coach Sorelli. Calls a good game and a good leader on the field. 2-1 pitch. This one lifted to right. Ryder coming in, battling the sun, and brings it in, and that's going to do it. Mesa tacks on a run, a 10-6 game as we go to the lower half of the seventh.
Okay, come pop it. Went to the top and I shot the Messiah. Counted me out, but I did it for right.
Zach Quintana going back to work. He's thrown 2 1/3 innings, giving up 3 runs in relief of Connor Doolittle. Benko started it, allowing 6 runs. Zane Coggins, Ben Hashizaki, and Ryder Hancock. And Zane will foul this one straight back. Good effort by the fan in the upper level. It's got to be a little quicker. Come on, where's the glove? Got the big bear paws. You got to bring that one in. Can't be afraid over there. Expected more.
Oh, he's not afraid. I play softball with that guy, and he is a specimen.
Well, here's the thing. Softball's one thing, baseball's another. So come on, big fella. You're going to be on our team. You got to glove it over there. 0-2 count on Zane Coggins. And that was a very weird release by Quintana. Almost froze in the middle of his delivery. And Doc, a lot of people don't realize, like, you want to catch a foul ball at a game, it's not an easy task.
No.
It's coming off hard. There's
And
backspin on it.
It's spinning like crazy.
Yes.
Yeah. That's the hardest part. The spin is unreal.
So, Doc, let me tell you something. I went to a Diamondbacks game, and look, I've followed the game. I've played it, been in numerous Major League games, and never got a foul ball, you know, right?
Yeah.
So I went to a Diamondbacks game probably about, I don't know, 2-3 years ago. I got 2 balls in a matter of like 15 minutes.
Wow.
This is when the Diamondbacks weren't doing very well, right?
Yeah.
So there's maybe, I don't know, let's just say not a lot of people at the game. And
Yeah.
I'm in the outfield,
Right.
and I got a couple, and I gave one to a kid, and
There you go.
yeah, gave one to someone else. But
Very
yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it,
Well,
man.
it's kind of a bucket list thing. This one bounced to the 6 hole, and
Oof.
play cannot be made. It ate up Josh DeGroot on the backhand, and needs to say, Coggins will take it. Here comes Ben Hashizaki. Ben's been perfect. Couple singles, sac fly, got hit by a pitch.
Yeah.
The Fighting Canadian having a good day at the dish.
Yeah, it's been a Hashizaki type of day for sure. Just scrappy, some small ball, and I mean the kid has been balling out.
Yeah, let's say hi to his grandma across the border.
Yeah.
She came to the game last year, so friendly. And she's here?
There she is.
Yeah.
And we are blessed.
She's got her hands in the air like she just doesn't care. Oh, see, now we've got a grandma calling out our softball legend over here out, saying she's ready to field one in the front row. So now you got to come up big on the next pop your way. We got a 1-0 count to Hash. Hash knocks one to the right side, fielded perfectly. They'll flip over to second, to throw over to first, and there's no way they're going to get Hash, but a good turn initially by Jaden Israel for the first out.
Yeah, just some more great work up the middle, and of course we get to see Jaden Israel's glove once again. And a great job by Hash. We know how fast that man is. Good luck trying to double him up. And now it's Ryder Hancock to step in the box.
Ryder, well represented here today. Outfield playing straight away. He's 1 for 4 on the day, courtesy of Game Changer. Quintana's first pitch. Ryder shoots one down the left field line. Long run by Brett Housel out there to no avail. Slight breeze out here. Only thing missing is someone working the grill and firing up the hot dogs.
And the snow cone stand as well. Yeah.
Snow cone stand, yeah. Serving up the Big League Chew as well, and
Yeah,
Charms Blow Pops. You ever have those as a kid?
I did. And the, Cracker Jacks as well.
Cracker Jack. Here's my problem with Cracker Jack. I'm a big fan,
Yeah.
but do they not have the worst prizes? What is it, like a tattoo every single time?
It's a little piece of paper.
It's terrible.
Yeah, not very good.
Give me like, the dog decoder ring or something. This one bounced to the right side. Another chance for Israel. Shoots it over. That moves the runner over.
And again, how about Hashizaki? Just every time he's on the base paths, he erases a double play. Whether he's on first or in the batter's box, the kid is so fast. Israel didn't even take a glance at second base there.
So now it's Wróblewski, the fabulous freshman. 2-run single his last time up. He's 2 for 4 on the day. Started this day third in the league with a 4.08 average, and that's going to slip through the wickets. And on his way to third base is Hash.
This is a pretty important run for the Yotes. Not only for the run security, but also for a statement. They didn't score last inning, and it'd be nice to just answer back to the response that the Thunderbirds gave in the top of the 7th.
Wróblewski, Mesa playing him straight away. Bounces one to third base. A good hop for Vaughn and throws over. And Quintana with a big fist pump gets out of it. We go to the 8th. It's a 10-6 Coyotes lead. Top of the order. Mesa, Jace Vaughn, Jaden Israel, and Sam McClure. Vaughn 0 for 4 on the day. And Hutch going back to work. Starts off Vaughn, something that hits the turf. So far, Hutch, 5 innings of work. Scattered 8 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, 3 walks, a couple strikeouts. This one skied out of play behind the Coyotes dugout. Big long run by Ethan Hatch over there. Coyotes will head to Gateway on Tuesday, and then they'll host Gateway on Wednesday. This one skied out of play on the right side. Game times. Tuesday at Gateway, 6 p.m. Wednesday, Gateway here. Then it's Friday at Scottsdale, 3 p.m. And then the Artichokes will come to town next Saturday at 7 p.m. Meanwhile, Mesa will host Phoenix College on Tuesday, 3 p.m. and head to Phoenix College on Wednesday.
Great battle, fouls it off.
And Doc, when you're in a tight race like this, you're a player in the dugout, are you constantly checking the scoreboard as well to see what the league leaders are doing?
You know, I would say that for both of these two teams right here, there's only one thing on their mind, and that is trying to come away with a victory because, I mean, listen, this is a tone setter for both squads down the stretch. And, you know, you mentioned the standings earlier, and I don't want to say anything is solidified, but more likely than not, these two teams are the 1-2 slot. And, you know, of course, anything can happen. The Yotes could lose out the rest of the season, but with all things considered, if the Yotes could come away with the victory here, they are aiming towards the #1 seed.
Still a lot of games left to be played. A lot of things still up in the air. Ebb and flow situation, very fluid. Bottom line for John Watson and his team is take care of business. You win, and things will take care of itself. This one shot up the middle. Good piece of hitting by Vaughn. Mesa off to a good start here in the 8th. So after today's game, there's 9 games left for Chandler Gilbert. Checking in for Mesa. Jaden Israel. Israel 1 for 3. Hatch even with the grass at third. This one slicing away from Amir. Tracks it down. Good play. Not an easy play. The wind took it away and sliced away, but Amir tracked it down for the second out. Make that the first out.
And Amir has been phenomenal in the outfield all day today. It's exactly what we saw last season and the early part of this season. Whenever he touches the field, he's always making a good play.
Sam McLear checking in, 3 for 4 on the day. He's got 5 home runs on the season. This one scorched to right. Ryder trying to track it down. This one will drop. Hancock plays it off the bounce. It's going to be second and third for Mesa with only 1 out here in the 8th. McLear, opposite field double. Now it's DeGroot. Smashed a 2-run homer in the 5th, his first of the year. 2 for 4 on the day. And John Watson moving slow, and we got activity in the bullpen. And Waddy talking things over to get a temperature gauge of Daniel Hutchison, the sophomore. And now it's the home plate umpire looking to break up the soiree. Waddy talking to Hutchison and his infield group, letting him know conceding a run's okay, get the out at first base, and Hutch is staying in. Hutch will have the opportunity. Once again, it's Josh DeGroot. Smashed a 2-run homer off Hutch in the 5th. Mesa down 10-6, couple on with only 1 out. First pitch, this one. Good play and the flip over. How about Ryan Kenny? Double the pleasure. Secures the line drive and the flip over to Zane Coggins, and John Watson with the faith in Hutch, and Hutch comes through on the great play by Kenny, solidifying his great afternoon. We go to the bottom half of the 8th. Coyotes up 10-6. got some Johnny Cash going. New pitcher in for Mesa. Jacob Went, ERA 1.66, 1-0, 16 strikeouts and 21 2/3 inning of work. This one scorches center field, going way back, and that is off the glove. Easton Bryant on his way to third base. EB,
Wow.
a mountain of a man and a mountain of a stick. His second triple of the day, a 3-hit ball game for the leading hitter in the Arizona Community College Athletic Conference.
So, yeah, with that, the cycle is out of the picture for sure. But, I mean, how about it? A 2-triple day for Easton Bryant. Are you kidding me? I mean, the kid has around 30 steals, and, you know, he's got the speed. But for him to go triple and then triple again in the same game is pretty awesome.
Took that to the deepest part of the park, dead center. Good effort by Verlac, just cannot haul it in. Now it's Tate Lewis, infield in for Mesa. Can't afford to give up another run. So Jacob Went not giving a warm greeting by Easton Bryant.
Yeah, and a short leash for sure on Went. The pen is moving around for the Thunderbirds.
Coach Sorelli not conceding. And this one scorched down the left field line, way over the bullpen. Tate gave it a ride. Evens the count at 1-1. Mesa outfield is deep across the board, infield in. Tate fouls this one down the third base line. So Tate now just got to put the ball in play somewhere. Little bingo, little sac fly to the outfield will get the job done. Amir McGee on deck. 1-2 to Tate. And Tate scorches one through the left side. Big Tate Lewis delivers. And the Coyotes now lead 11-6.
Just epic stuff from Tate Lewis, and a pinch runner is in for him. It'll be Aiden Krause to take the base paths, and Amir McGee steps up to bat. 5-run lead for the Yotes.
And Aiden Krause, a threat. 16 stolen bases on the season. Young man out of Corona del Sol High School. Off Rule and Ray Road has had a productive first season with the team. Krause hitting .305. 16 stolen bases. Let's talk about making your mark as a freshman. Now it's Amir. Amir shows bunt, pulls back, takes ball inside. Amir has flown to right, reached on an error by the second baseman, walked and grounded out unassisted to the first baseman. Shows bunt, pulls back, and Aiden Krause on his giddy up on his way to second base.
Well, I need to bunt now.
Brian Kenny on deck. Amir with an opportunity. Right side wide open. 2-0 pitch. Shows bunt. Can't get it down. Mike Hamill directing traffic in the dugout. Amir couldn't get the bunt down on 2-0. Here it is on 2-1. That time just a little too hard. So now he's got a hit under duress. And you love the fact for John Watson and his team, continuing to play, just manufacture runs, just continue to build off the lead. No lead is safe. I've seen a lot of lopsided innings here off Pecos Road on both ends. 2-2 pitch, throw back. And make no mistake, if there's a ball off the turf at home plate, Kraus will go full throttle into third base. An excellent base runner. 2-2 pitch. Amir fouls it off. Amir has that whole right side of the field to work with.
Yep.
But they're trying to jam him inside as well. That time it goes outside. Ball gets away. Good job by Fernandez to keep it close. Kraus playing it safe with no outs. Kenny and Hatch await. 3-2 pitch to Amir. And Amir smokes one deep left center.
Oh my goodness,
Amir McGee has left the building on a 3-2 pitch. Amir crushes this one, and the Coyotes have doubled up the Thunderbirds 12-6. The Fighting Philly standing loud and proud with the 2-run blast.
I mean, Amir McGee, how about it? He lets the crowd hear it. The Yotes are fired up, and what a better way to kick this 8th inning off into full overdrive. Still no outs for the Coyotes, and things are looking amazing. 3 runs away from putting this game away without even giving the Thunderbirds a chance. That pitch misses low and away, and I'm surprised that the Thunderbirds haven't dug into the pen yet. Coach Sorelli letting Went accrue some valuable experience in a tough situation here. Now 2-0. That one sneaks away to the backstop. And BK is patient in the box. No rush for him.
Amir's 2nd home run of the season. Blows it open, 13-6. And Brian Kenny.
Me too.
The freshman, what a good day he's had. A couple base knocks, has produced well at short. Youth being served at shortstop by the Coyotes here today, Doc.
Yeah, BK steps up big time and makes a name for himself. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a whole lot more of him over at shortstop down the stretch.
And you love to see the home run by Amir McGee. Always keeps a smile on his face, stays positive, controls what he can control, and blasts one out of the yard. And Jacob Wendt gives up the triple, gives up an RBI single to Tate Lewis, and Amir takes it 380 and then some out to left center.
I mean, Amir just got every single piece of that baseball, and you talk about feel-good moments. That might be the pinnacle so far this season for the Coyotes. Amir is a guy who's here day in, day out, putting in all the work, and there he gets a big payoff. And we'll take a quick timeout. Well, Coach Tony Sorelli goes to the pen, and the Yotes get a chance to reset. Still no outs here in the bottom of the 8th. It's been 3 across, and we'll be right back while the new pitcher gets warm.
So Coach Sorelli goes to the pen and brings in Kendrick Tipping. Limited work, 16 2/3 innings, ERA of 8.64, 13 strikeouts, 14 walks, 16 runs allowed. Ethan Hatch showing bunt. That misses upstairs. Hatch on the day 0 for 2. Coyotes would love to swing this back around to the top of the order. Coggins on deck. Hatch showing bunt. Beautiful one. Gets it down. Fielded by the first baseman, and the flip to Israel. Good sacrifice bunt.
Beautiful. Awesome execution.
And coming in to hit for Zane Coggins is Dante Turgeon. Dante, sophomore year, hitting .277. 5 home runs, 29 RBIs. And talk about a player that the Coyotes can hope get nuclear down the stretch is Dante. We've seen him carry this team last year in certain phases.
Yep, Coach Watson and Campbell know it's only a matter of time before he sets off again, and it's a great time to start getting him those ABs to get him back in game situations.
That one goes through the wickets. Runner will advance. Dante did play in yesterday's 3-2 loss. He went 0 for 4. So he'd love to get back on track with a base knock here today. Against a new pitcher, Kendrick Tipping. Infield still in. Trying to bust Dante inside. Dante laying off. Hashizaki on deck. Dante waves at a pitch. Goes to 2-1. Fans taking in two of the best teams in Region 1. Dante. And Tipping misses outside. Dante trying to work his way on. On base percentage, almost at 400. Slow breaker that held up, and Dante took a whack at it, fouls it off. Three 2 pitch. One out here in the 8th. 3 across. Dante bounces one to short. Freezes the runner at third and throws over. Good play by DeGroot. For the second out, now here comes Hosh. 2 for 3 day, also includes a sac fly RBI and was also hit by a pitch. Outfield playing straight away. And Doc, are you surprised right now because they're playing Hosh fairly deep?
No, I think that's just their game plan here. Just limit any, crazy triple inside the park home runs. And, I understand it for them, but, maybe could read the situation a little bit. Hosh, not necessarily a powerhouse, but don't put it past him. He hits it out all the time in practice. And I'd say he's about due for one in game. So 0-2, 2 outs. Hosh nails this one to left center gap. The run's going to score, and Hosh beats the left fielder to the fence. Headed around second. He's going to take third base, and a play at third. He's in. Beautifully done by Hashizaki. There's the triple. And an RBI to go along with it. So just like that, the Yotes pulled ahead another run to score. Coyotes 14, Thunderbirds 6, and now Ryder Hancock steps up.
Good piece of hitting by Hash, who's really looked good at the plate today. He's just really
awesome.
peppering the ball all over the field, and even the fielder's choice he hit to second base was good lumber on the ball. Ryder Hancock checking in. 1 for 5 on the day, and Ryder scorches one down the line. That's gonna drop in. Ryder, big turn, will go standing into second base, and that drives in Hashizaki. And the good moments continue to be here right at Chandler Gilbert as another run crosses the dish.
And just like that, the game-winning run is on second base. So if the Yotes are able to play Ryder, there is no top of the 9th inning. The game is over.
10-run rule would be in effect. And Wróblewski is up. 2 for 5, followed by Easton Bryant. Now Kendrick Tipping is facing the thunder and lightning of this lineup, and this one is scorched deep left.
Goodness.
Wróblewski up and out.
Oh my goodness.
Wróblewski walks it off, and the Coyotes win it 17-6 as the fabulous freshman does it in style.
Wow. Jacob Wróblewski just went yah-yah. That ball was crushed, and he keeps his historic season going with a walk-off shot to end the game. Coyotes win 17-6 here at home.
And what a finish. Wróblewski knocks one out of the yard. A 3-hit day. A 2-run walk-off to end it as the Coyotes pick a much-needed victory over Mesa, their first of the season.
Yep.
In 4 tries after losing a heartbreaker yesterday, 3-2. And, you know, offensively, so many heroes for the Coyotes in this one. And you look at the top, it starts with Hash, goes 3 for 4. Ryder Hancock, 2 for 4. Wróblewski, 3 for 4. 2 RBIs, nails his 6th home run of the year. Easton Bryant, 3 for 5, 4 RBIs. Tate Lewis, 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. I mean, your first 5 batters in the lineup just go bonkers with 13 hits.
Yeah, just electric stuff from the Coyotes on the hitting side of things, and the pitching held up for them as well. Things started off with Banky, then they went to Shuey, and the tall, cool one, Daniel Hutchinson, came in and gave the Yotes a tremendous performance here.
Hutch, he's going to pick up the win. He went 6 innings, scattered 10 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. So this was kind of a much-needed victory for the Coyotes, and a statement one as well, Doc. They've lost a lot of heartbreakers to Mesa as we reflect back. Mesa won at Mesa on February 16th, 7-3. Coyotes on the following day lost here to Mesa 6-5. They lost a heartbreaker at Mesa yesterday 3-2. Regardless of this score, and they really set the bar high today with the offensive output, but how much did this team need this victory over Mesa today?
I mean, so very much, especially heading into the playoff postseason time. Listen, if the Yotes had to face Mesa, having lost to them 4 times in the regular season, their morale might be a bit lower than where it's at right now. So awesome stuff from the Coyotes, top to bottom. This roster just performed today. They came out, they did what they had to do. They looked spectacular on the field.
And we also got to give some love to Brian Kenny at shortstop, who was really electric. He had a home run, he had a single and scored, was outstanding at shortstop. Zane Coggins did some nice work, also provided a base knock. The lineup top to bottom, and how about the Fighting Philly, Amir McGee, with the 2-run shot as well. The Coyotes put up a 7th spot in the 8th. And I think, Doc, and you've seen a lot more games than I have, we're seeing the capabilities and the explosiveness of this team, and we're seeing a lot of new faces, and top to bottom, this team has a lot of talent, and a lot of players can perform in different moments for this squad.
Yeah, no doubt. And we got to see that with Amir McGee, who honestly is my standout of the day. To come off the bench like that and put on such a performance like he did today is honestly just breathtaking from Amir. And that home run was truly the statement of this game, just saying, hey, we have so many guys, so much depth, so many warriors that are willing to fight for us. Good luck trying to beat us.
So the Coyotes improved to 17 and 13 in league. Mesa drops to 17 and 15. Coyotes 29 and 15 overall. They're back at it Tuesday at Gateway at 6 p.m. and then they'll host Gateway here at 6 p.m. on Wednesday. Then Friday they'll head to Scottsdale at 3 p.m. The Artichokes, well, first we'll look at Gateway. Gateway coming into today's action was 10 and 21 in league, 17 and 29 overall. Then they'll head to Scottsdale on Friday. Scottsdale 12 and 17 in league, 22 and 21. But Doc, a situation for Chandler Gilbert, can't afford to overlook anyone in this course of the season.
No, you cannot afford to overlook anyone. And even though Scottsdale and the rest of the D2 squads might not have the best conference record, it's because they've been playing such monstrous teams. And listen, everyone in this conference can come out on any given day and beat anybody. That's just how it goes. These kids are all competitors. They all grew up in the same environment, just compete, compete, compete. And here we are, especially down the latter half of the season. Anything is possible on the diamond.
So the Coyotes get it done in a big way. They kick a couple touchdowns, add a field goal, and win 17-6. Wróblewski walks it off with a 2-run shot. A big, much-needed victory over Mesa. We appreciate all the good people here at Chandler Gilbert for allowing this to happen. Russ Luce on the live stream and all the great people in the athletic department. John Watson, his great baseball team, Adam Perry, Thunder Dan on the telecast, as well as Paulo Hutchison. Good day from Chandler Gilbert. Final 17-6. We'll see you on Wednesday when the team returns home to take on Gateway. In the meantime, everyone have a great weekend. Joe Pequeno out.